Scholar.
I think very deeply.
Sinner.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Derrick Pierce. Welcome to the Scholar and Sinner Show. Across the table, or across the aisle, depending on where your loyalties lie, there is
KIP John Stud, y'all.
Okay, I'll give you that one. KIP John Stud.
Did I do that one last week?
No.
Okay, KIP John Stud.
I don't know. We can go back and look at the edit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we can't. Sorry. My bad. We can't go back and look at the edit, can we? Guess we'll just have to ask them to look for us. Hey, guys, welcome to the show.
Howdy doody. How's everyone doing out there?
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody. Yeah, man. I'm trying to speak your language.
That's not my language.
Okay, well, I'm trying to be culturally appropriate.
Appropriations.
That is cultural appropriation.
Yeah, stop
What's cracking,
appropriating my
cuz?
shit.
Is that better? Is that better for you?
For you,
See,
dog.
Yeah, okay, all right. This is America.
Oh, God, if I got to hear that shit again. So I just want to tell you, I had some really weird fucking shit happen to me over the weekend.
Explain, my friend.
I'm about to. That's what the show is for us to explain random ass shit that happens. So I was in Simi Valley, which is we call like the other white meat of Southern California, Los Angeles, because it's not the valley, it's the other valley.
Simi Valley is like...
It's like the pork to chicken.
Is like the slow cousin for Orange County.
It's the
Simi
one hill
Valley
over the one hill.
Is a giant-ass special ed class for on the outside of Los Angeles.
Our engineer happens to be from Simi Valley,
like
by
all
the
the regular
way.
kids go to regular classes, and then the special kids go off to their own little rooms. That's what Simi Valley is to Los Angeles.
So here's what happened. So I was getting gas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I have a American car.
Just
because that's what I happen to drive. Mm-hmm. And it was a Saturday afternoon. Mm-hmm. Very nice day out. And I noticed a bunch of kind of like T-bucket, like the Model Ts.
Model T?
Yeah, a couple of those, like hot rods and shit like that, 32s or
like
whatever.
Like the rat rod, like the rat.
No, they were nice.
Lines.
They were
Really?
nice. Yeah. So anyway, and then a bunch of other cars. Then I noticed like the one dude had an American flag, and then another dude had an American flag.
Simi Valley is
Can
like...
I fucking finish before you go racist on me? Maybe the whole thing isn't about race.
I'm just waiting.
Kip.
I'm just waiting for the...
Maybe the whole thing's not about race.
Continue explaining about your Caucasian parade, please.
How do you know they were white?
I'm waiting for the punchline here.
They were white. But you don't know that. Stop assuming shit. So anyway, like one car goes by with a big ass American flag, and not them little like rear window American flags, but like the huge one that's like as big as the bed of a pickup truck.
Driving a 1933 Ford Packard.
And so then another one goes by, and then another car, and then another, and it was one after the other, and I'm like, is there a fucking parade in Simi Valley that I missed or whatever? And I just kept looking, and I don't know why this shit made me feel really fucking uncomfortable. But every dude was white, and every car was an American car, and every American flag was oversized and just kept
America great again.
Being like, yeah, America. And so as I made a right onto the street to keep going, I came up behind this like 73, 74 Camaro, and it was missing the fenders, the front fenders on it, no hood, kind of rattling, raspy. Like would sound mediocre to okay if you didn't actually look at the car, right? With a big ass American flag out the back.
Hell yeah.
And as I was looking at it, I just realized that's America right there.
It is.
It's America. It's a potentially decent old school Camaro with no fenders, shitty exhaust, and a flag that's excessively too fucking large for the vehicle at hand. That is America.
See,
and I felt like it was, quite frankly, fucking pretty racially motivated.
What?
And then hold on,
motivated car?
The whole fucking event.
Oh, I was about to say, man, this is not.
But this is
the General
what happened.
Lee is some racist shit. Some dude in a fucked up.
You
ass
leave the
Camaro.
General Lee alone.
Oh, you leave the General Lee.
You can take the flag off the top, but leave the General Lee alone.
General Lee is a fucking racist piece of shit car.
I still grew up on the orange Charger.
Yeah,
and I have an orange Challenger.
Yeah, and they jump that shit like 75 feet, and it just lands smoothly all the time.
Every time.
Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
how country boys do it.
Just a good
So
old boy.
I was on the phone with a friend
Never
of mine.
meaning no harm.
Can I fucking finish?
Yeah,
Is your
man.
ADD kicking
sorry,
in?
man, I
Can
got
you
to-
take your Ritalin and calm the fuck down, maybe? Jesus. So I was on the phone with my boy Paul from New York, who happens to be a black man. And I'm saying that because it's pertinent to the conversation.
Thank you for qualifying Paul. Paul's watching this shit like, I'm black? Oh, shit.
No, he knows he's black.
Okay.
And he said that his daughter, who's a teenager, made a rather prolific observation. And the observation was she gets really, really nervous around people who are excessively pro-American because they have a tendency to seemingly be the most racist.
Ooh.
And as I sat back and looked, I was like, fuck, that kind of makes a little bit of sense.
You know what's interesting about those people that are excessively pro-American? They often feel comfortable telling people to go back where they came from.
Oh, well,
because
yeah.
this is my country, so you go back where you came from.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that
I always tell them I'm making room for you on the boat.
Please explain, please.
Well, because they ain't from here either, not
Okay.
historically.
Yeah,
so if I got to go back,
Yeah.
or if I got to tell you to go back, then
I'm going
we going to
to.
be on the
Yeah.
same boat at some capacity.
Yeah, that
So I'm just going to make room.
your friend's daughter's observation is actually very poignant, I think.
Right, and that's what I thought.
Right.
Like for a teenager to say, she said, anybody who's excessively like over the top pro-American, America, she gets really, really wary of them because they have a tendency to seemingly
Right.
be the most racially motivated.
Well, let me ask you this question then. What about different ethnic groups in America that have like dual allegiances or dual citizenships or
dual citizen.
like not it's
so
not
the
dual
irony
citizenship,
with Paul's
because,
daughter
like,
is his wife is white, so she's biracial. And I asked Paul how he has 3 daughters,
Right.
And all by the same mom,
Right.
One baby mama.
Oh,
Whoever knew
different-
that would happen? One black
you
dude with one baby mama.
Fucking white man, you.
I'm just saying. I'm good for you, Paul.
Here you are about to, dive into some racism, and then you pepper it. You literally season
Yeah.
in some extra racism.
Yeah, like what was Emil?
Yeah, like
Emil?
you salt bait in some bigoted shit.
Yeah, 100%.
It's in your
100%.
DNA.
As long as you said bigoted and not
Shut
racist,
the
because
fuck up,
there's a
please.
difference
Continue
between
with
the
your
two.
story, because I have a question for you after this one.
You always have a fucking
I
question for
absolutely
me.
do.
I'm tired of you goddamn questions, Kip. And so I was asking how they were adjusting. He said, yes, that was me. I'm sorry. I shook the microphone. It was the wrath of my bigotry.
The wrath.
Yes. And so I asked him how his daughters were dealing with, the current state of things, especially being in New York, even though they're upstate. And he said, surprisingly, they're more pro-black now than they've ever been in their whole life.
That's right.
Because they never had felt the arena or never been in an arena where they could feel that part of their heritage as
Yes.
deeply as they do now.
Absolutely. Right. So, it's one of the things that I want to kind of clear up is this idea that black people are now newly pro-black, right?
Right.
What I think to a certain extent that is true, right? But I also think to a certain extent it's about equally expressing who you are. When 9 times out of 10, when black individuals go into areas where they're the extreme minority, conforming and code shifting and making sure that you don't stand out too much and rattle and shake the bus has been something that it's a practice. It's like even just even individuals that have to go to Fortune 500 companies, they're the only black dude in the whole building.
Right, you're talking about your boy.
They're gonna speak different there. Like there's that really dope video of Barack Obama greeting the other senators, whoever those other dudes were.
Hello.
Right,
Hello,
yeah,
how are you?
hello, how are you? How are
Hello.
you? And he just gave the brother a whole dap, right? He dapped him all the way up. And I'm saying culturally, there's a lot of cultural repression that black people actually have to get used to when, navigating through this, through this country. The question I have for you, being the white guy, right, is
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Son of a
mother monkey's uncle.
son of a white person.
True.
Yeah.
But the question is back to the whole national pride for individuals that are Americans, right? They have American citizens,
Okay.
but they're national pride. Like, how do you view that? Armenian people are traditionally very proud of Armenia, right?
Right.
We have a lot of Mexicans that are proud of Mexican.
Sure.
And they're American too. They're
Right.
American. So where do you feel like that ideal falls into the whole American aesthetic? Like, how does that make you feel as...
You mean people that are very, very proud to be American?
Yeah, but they're not only proud to be American, they're also proud to be something else.
What do you mean?
Like I said, if you're an Armenian American,
so you're proud to-
flying your flag and
Armenians don't typically talk about being proud to be an American. They typically talk about being proud to be Armenian.
Well, that's my point. That's what I meant by it's not a dual citizenship, but it's definitely a dual allegiances, right? Like how do you feel as the white guy when you are
When I don't have
exposed?
anything outside of being American
Yeah,
to be proud of.
exactly. You're that white dude. You know what I mean?
I'm like, go Italian. Yeah. All right, France.
Alrighty then. France.
That's me. I'm Italian and French.
Oh shit.
Oh, the best fucking question ever. And can you answer me why most people, was being politically correct, why most people of color, when they ask what's my background, right? And I'll say, what do you mean by my background? They're like what's your ethnicity? And I'm like, well, I'm white. And they're like, no, like, well, what are you? And I'm like, do you mean like where's my heritage? And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, Italian and French. I knew you wasn't white. Why?
I knew
Why?
he wasn't white.
Why? That's fucking white. That's Caucasian.
All right, so
As a motherfucker, what is that?
That question in and of itself
Yeah.
is literally a part of the American aesthetic, right? Because when you talk to a Latino person, it's you can't just say they're all the same. I know
Yes,
you
I
like
can.
to say it. Yeah, see, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and
can.
say it. Go ahead and say
Yeah.
it. They're all what?
All Mexicans.
See.
Not Mexicans. You know, I say Mexicano, no sé, okay? But Mexicans
Damn it, man.
with no I
The-
and a K.
this
Mexicans.
This fucking.
You know
guy.
why? Because if all of us are white,
Well, see, that's my
all
point.
of y'all are Mexican.
That's my point. It's kind of like the all Asian people are Chinese.
Right.
thing.
It's a ridiculous notion.
It's a ridiculous
It's
notion.
completely
So
stupid.
when people are asking you like what your heritage
Right.
is, they're really trying to picture where your family is from on a
right.
map,
But
right?
that would be what's your heritage, not what's your ethnicity.
Okay, so let's shift this a little bit, right? Heritage is like culture, right?
Right.
You
So
can
my heritage is
you're
American.
right? You're like race. It doesn't matter if see, that's a very so we're going to talk about these things that have these gray areas that overlap, right?
Yeah.
Right, because heritage is passed down, right? So when they're trying to, if they try to identify your heritage, they're trying to also identify where does that inception of that heritage come from. Like if you guys eat a certain type of food or you listen to a certain type of music, where does that come from? It doesn't exist anywhere else on the world. In the world, it came from here. So that's kind of cool, you know what I mean? But that's kind of what makes America good or makes it beautiful is like.
Oh, you don't want to say great, do you?
I don't want to say
Avoiding
no,
the
hell no.
fuck out of
Yeah,
great.
absolutely, but yeah, but it's the patchwork quilt. It's like
Yeah.
the rainbow of just if it was just one color. If a rainbow was just green,
Then it wouldn't be a rainbow.
it just wouldn't be fucking cool. It would just be a green strip in the sky. Like, all right, I guess that's cool.
Look like it's algae.
Yeah, that's it, right? So, I mean, realistically, right? The funniest thing or the most peculiar thing about that is that I don't get that fucking question.
What?
Where's your family from? South Carolina, motherfucker. Like
Nigeria.
like Nigeria. Nah, bro, that doesn't work with me. Like
Why not?
Nigeria,
I don't know. You could
bro.
be Nigerian.
I'm not an immigrant fool.
You could be.
I cannot be Nigerian.
You could be.
No, you know why I can't be Nigerian?
Why?
Because I don't have Nigerian culture. I'd be more
nobody
Nigerian.
knows that
if
by
you were a
looking at
white
you.
person that grew up in Nigeria, you would
Yeah.
be far more Nigerian than me.
Well, yeah, because you'd be Nigerian.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know shit about Nigeria. I've been to Nigeria. It's a
I
beautiful
only,
place.
you know how I know people from Nigeria?
Because of Birdman.
Nah, because they tell me I'm from Nigeria.
Oh.
There's no fucking tell
Oh,
that
oh.
tells me that they're from
Okay,
another
Nigeria.
country until
Yeah,
they
well-
tell me or until I hear them or something.
See, because black is not just one thing. Just
No,
like
of course
white is
not.
not just one thing. And in all honesty, like I got a quarter island boy in me. My grandmother is from a little island in the West Indies, right? But yeah, and still it's the same.
I can
slave-
see it. I can't. I'm
Slave
just kidding.
candy.
I'm just kidding.
It's the same slave ship that stopped in fucking South Carolina and then progressed to go down to Panama and drop some motherfuckers off and then progressed to go to Jamaica and drop some. It's the
like
same boat,
like
man.
they were doing a weekend at Mazatlan or some shit.
It's like a bus route.
That's
That's exactly what that shit was like. They're gonna make their stops and drop off some human cargo and keep.
Listen,
pushing.
if you're not back from the mainland by 5 o'clock, we're
Holy shit.
leaving you there.
Really, yeah. Listen, man. So over the quarantine, right?
Yeah.
There's been an explosion of attention. It's like more attention than usual
Absolutely.
on media, just media that people can create, whether it be social media or whether it be like record labels making media, right? And the thing that set the internet on fire was.
Oh, we jumping right
Yeah,
right
let's
away
get
to
right
that?
it. Yeah, let's get right
Okay,
to
fuck it.
Let's see, what was it called?
WAP.
WAP or WAP?
WAP. WAP. WAP.
WAP
No,
or
WAP.
Is it WAP?
That'd be WAP.
WAP.
No, it'd be WAP. There'd have to be
Whatever,
a
man.
strong.
We're
Listen,
talking-
English teacher.
Please.
There'd have to be a stress over the A in order for it to be WAP. Right? Otherwise, it's WAP.
Yeah, because it would be CAP is cap. So, but
I'm glad that's how you fucking got
that's
to
how
that
I did
answer.
it. Right.
Well, Kev.
Yeah. But
WAP.
no, it doesn't matter. I thought that it was pronounced WAP. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Here is the point, man. Here's the point.
Yeah.
Like, What did you think of that video?
I thought shit was cool as fuck. I not only was
man of many words. What do you think? It was cool as fuck.
Listen, first off, Megan's way hotter than Cardi B.
Oh man, Megan's bars are on.
No. Fuck, I didn't even get there yet.
Yeah.
Megan, you could get it, Megan. Like, you feel me? Like, I do the IR thing. I'm all about it. I got an OnlyFans and I got a scene in the bed with your name on it. And we could get WAP or WAP or whatever the fuck you want to call it. We could get all of that.
Excuse me. While you're
presenting
your fucking resume.
I'm pitching right now. I'm pitching.
Lord have mercy.
Are you catching, Megan? Are you catching? Come on, Stallion. Come on. I got you. Don't trip.
Want a little white chocolate?
Everybody needs a little Alpine White in their life, baby.
Get down with the swirl.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
What you say? She's only 25 years old.
Oh, she can absolutely get it.
She's young. She's a baby.
She don't look like no baby.
No. She's a fully developed,
grown
ass woman.
And now we can talk about her bars, because I had said off air when I was talking to Kip, I said she reminds me, not visually, right, but of Peppa from Salt and Pepper, in the way she delivers her rhymes, and her flow, and the tone, right, the very strong, the tone, her delivery is really strong. I really like it.
You know, I'm really glad that you brought up Pep, because I think that the tone of her voice sounds a lot like Pepper from Salt and Pepper. For those of you that are fucking 25 years old,
Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, for those of you if you've never owned a tape, you probably don't know what salt.
You've never lived unless you found the other reason for a pencil.
Yes. If you've never put a CD, a music CD, not a fucking PlayStation disc, into a Discman, you probably don't know who the fuck we're talking about. But I agree with you. That's a very, very good association between her tone and her delivery.
Dope.
And some things. It's like the evolution of what Pepper was.
But you have a problem with this song.
Well, I don't like the song. I think the song is whack.
I think the song is clean as fuck. And to be honest with you, I'm adding it to my Ratchet playlist right after this. I have a Ratchet playlist.
Yeah, I think everybody needs a Ratchet playlist.
Look at that.
I'm just not impressed with it. I think the song is garbage.
Oh, I think it's cool. I didn't say it's going to go down in history as epic. I'm just saying I think the shit is fun as fuck, and I think that's what it was designed to be, is fun.
Right. So you are in an industry where visuals, of course, is the primary thing. That is the Ratchet.
Megan.
I
got a gang in Megan.
I was in here about to expound upon some expounding, and
yeah,
you got
I got a Ratchet playlist. Now listen, in all fairness, do you know when I rock this playlist? When I'm on the bagger, dog.
Really?
When everybody can hear that shit. When I turn that shit up that my boy made for me.
Hold on.
It bangs.
Hold on.
Huh.
Please explain to those that don't understand what a bagger is.
This is my Harley.
Yeah.
It's a road glide. It has bags on the side of it with a lot of speakers in it, because I crave random people's attention at
there we go. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
And I need them to hear what I'm listening to. And I want it to be so vulgar and ridiculous that they're like, oh my God. And they need to roll up the windows because my shit is so fucking loud. And guess what? It's still not loud enough.
See, if you actually were sitting in the car, right, and you close your eyes, you would spin around like young white male in an SUV, and you turn around and it's middle-aged white man on a big, obnoxious orange-ass motorcycle.
Slightly middle-aged.
Yes,
Slightly middle-aged. On a candied orange bagger with a
beautiful.
26-inch front wheel.
Let's not. I don't want to take nothing away.
Don't
motherfucker nice.
Fuck around, boy.
She's nice. She all the way nice. But I'm just saying no.
Anyway.
So
what's your problem with this song?
We talked
or with
about
this genre, actually, not even just a song.
So hip hop has historically had sexual content. It's nothing new to the genre. Like, man, look, I would be an absolute hypocrite if I said I wasn't sneaking around listening to Two Live Crew, because there's no way I should be listening to Uncle Luke.
Ironically,
right?
which Megan and what's his name, Gucci, did a remix to that shit.
Oh shit! See, I'm not.
That song bangs too. Bangs.
But the point that I'm trying to make here is that I remember being restricted about what music I should have been listening to, and I actually had to go out of my way to get the content.
So did I.
I had to sneak to get the content. And now, so the question is, why were parents so apprehensive about allowing us to, consume this media when we were young?
Because they didn't want us to get the wrong message.
So now here we are in 2020, and things are more graphic, more accessible.
Yeah.
It's actually designed more.
Porn is pop culture.
Right. Well.
Hi, I do porn.
is see, you threw me off with that shit. Here's the point. Remember we talked about like a woman's empowerment?
Yes.
Right? And I said a woman should be aware of like the sexuality because guys are inundated and we're like drenched with imagery, and sometimes we do dumb shit because we'll see a woman and associate it with something that we saw.
So do you think they're just men though? No,
it's not just men, but I'm talking about men because this video is to women. First of all, WAP stands for wet ass pussy, bro. Like
which is an amazing thing.
Let's just get to it, right? So
I defy you to find a man that goes, "Oh, that's disgusting."
No, there's not a dude on earth that's gonna disagree with.
It
the
was
idea.
just wet, and it was all over her ass and her pussy. It's terrible. Ugh. You might be on the wrong team. I'm just saying.
Definitely on the wrong team. Definitely.
Just throwing it out there.
Absolutely. Since we talked about this before, right? Like, is it degrading? I
don't feel degraded at all.
Where not you, motherfucker.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I let you finish your thought. My bad.
Is the imagery in the video degrading? Is it self-deprecating? Are these women using their bodies to garner attention for the sake of sexuality?
No.
Okay.
You had me until that final phrase.
Okay.
So say that again and drop the final phrase.
I said, are these women using their bodies to get attention?
Yes.
Okay.
Not for sexuality purposes.
Really?
No, because I just feel like sex. Okay, so listen. So this is how porn works, right? So porn companies only happen to make porn because that's what drives traffic.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
If they could get the same amount of traffic from selling fucking vacuum cleaners and door wedges, then they would sell vacuum cleaners and door wedges, although it wouldn't be nearly as much fun. But the point is what they're trying to do is they're trying to push people to different products, to buy, to sell. So this happens to be a vehicle that a lot of people can identify with, right? So they watch porn, they get ads during that porn, and hopefully they click on those ads.
Right.
So it's a kind of a bit of a loss leader for additional traffic and revenue, okay? These women are doing the same thing. They realize that the second oldest profession in the world
is
sex.
Yeah, I
or
mean,
things to do with sexuality is sexuality.
Absolutely.
The first is religion, by the way, just so you know.
So, but okay.
You and your God.
So I'm not going to let them off the hook because
I don't think you should.
Well, because like if we talked about Little Peep, right?
Yeah.
What's the other kid? There are three of them. Mac Miller.
Okay.
And Juice WRLD, right?
Okay.
All of these kids, really young. What do they all have in common? Drug overdoses, right?
Okay.
The late 2010s till about current was like a huge shift in hip hop culture. It wasn't about selling drugs; it was about using drugs, right? And if you listen to interviews from Juice WRLD, he said, "Well, I basically got these ideas from Future, right?" So I guess the question I'm having, because I'm not letting Future off the hook here, right? Like I get it that he has the freedom to say whatever the fuck he wants, and a lot of times Future is talking about struggling with the drug. Like, don't get me wrong, when you hear Percocet, Molly Percocet, and you hear those flutes, it sounds like it's a fucking commercial, right? It sounds like an infomercial, not available in the stores, right? Like that's what this shit sounds like. But if we're gonna critique them for creating content that's detrimental, right? Then are we not going to critique these ladies for creating content that could easily be detrimental to younger girls?
Well, okay, but how so? I know how so, but
Right. Well, so here's the deal, right? A lot of us have ideas, right? But I would go as far as saying a good portion, 90% of the ideas that we have are seeded from another place. The inception of those ideas come from somewhere else.
So here's my thought process, right? Is does that mean that every single time somebody does something that now they have to be somehow excessively responsible for the outcome? So if a ball player, or let's not even say ball player, Dwayne Johnson did not get the size that he is because he trains like a beast.
Right.
He got the size he is because he trains like a beast, because he eats like a horse, and he probably takes a whole lot of vitamins.
Special supplements.
Okay?
Right.
So now is he responsible for every other person who wants to follow in his footsteps and take those special vitamins?
No, he's not.
What about the late Rich Piana, who he was a YouTube really well-known...
I know exactly who Rich was.
So Rich was very honest about his drug intake.
So I think Rich is a good example here, right?
Right.
Because I would argue that Rich had a whole bunch of body dysmorphia, right?
Absolutely. He
So-
also died most likely because of the intake of drugs.
That fucking guy put his steroid stack, his last cycle up, and that shit like it could have killed a bull. It looks like it had killed a
could have.
fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like,
could
bro,
have.
what are you doing, right? But so what are these ladies doing? What I'm saying here is that Cardi B is becoming or is a standard for many young girls, right? She's got this amazing rags to riches stories.
I gotta tell you though.
But wait a
Go
second.
ahead.
Cardi got her ass done. Cardi got her titties done. Like so, like I guess because I'm still kind of trying to figure this out, right?
Right.
Like, what's the difference between the value and like augmenting your body,
Right.
and saying that this is going to empower me. In comparison to someone that does push-ups and eats clean and does all this shit.
what
I
if
mean,
it's-
you specifically are in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference between that and getting some liposuction?
Well, one is getting the potential quote unquote results without any of the work and struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily agree with that. But that being said,
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with any person, guy or girl,
Right.
who wants plastic surgery after they've done the hard work.
Right.
Okay, so I'm not knocking anybody that gets it. It's my own personal opinions about
Right.
what they do, but I also don't think that necessarily is the standard. I
So-
don't think Cardi B is the standard because I don't think the majority of the girls look like Cardi B or
the
even
question
try
is-
to look like Cardi
The
B.
question is, would Cardi be as successful if she didn't have that fat ass?
Yes.
Would Nicki be as successful if she did not have that fat ass? Like,
Yes.
Like, I mean,
Because the fat ass didn't come till after they started to gain traction.
but once again, the sexuality becomes a major theme.
So what you're talking
of the
about is two
music.
different
Like,
things, in my opinion.
Well, I'm talking about like social notoriety. What I'm talking about is social visibility, right? Like,
Right.
So the reason why I bring this up, right? First of all, I don't necessarily have a problem with the song. I don't like the song. I don't have a problem with women's sexuality, right? What I do have a problem with is the idea that, of course, hip hop is void of balance, right? There are other rappers out there that actually rap with all their clothes on, and if we're looking at excellence, because what Cardi and Megan did was excellent. The dancing is dope. The visuals are dope, right? But then Joe Biden announced Kamala Harris as his vice president. This is a black woman running for the second most important office on earth, right? And she's not naked. You feel me? Like, she's not up there. This is the point what I'm saying about balance, right? It's because Cardi's on Facebook, talking political shit, right?
I was going to get to that. Let me ask you the difference. Who has more pull on popularity? Kamala Harris or Cardi B?
I think that
Just answer the question.
Kamala Harris has more.
No fucking way.
No, because she has more impact to enact change.
She has
far more impact
because of her
to enact
position,
change, right?
but not as far as pop culture goes. Not
Right.
as far as getting young people to vote. Nobody knows who the fuck Kamala Harris is.
Right, but Kamala Harris was, she's a very important, powerful person
She
that
is.
will impact
I agree
policy.
with you. I
That's
agree with
different
you.
than a
But-
pop star.
Okay, but who's
that just
gonna
shakes her ass and people pay attention to her.
Hold on. Who's going to enact more policy change? The person who makes the laws or the person who can get people into the polling booth to nominate the people who can make the laws? Because I guarantee you,
Right.
if 10% of Cardi B's followers, what she got follower wise? I'm just going to throw out a
it's
number,
outrageous.
40 million,
Yeah.
30 million, something
Right.
like that.
Right.
If she got just a small amount, how many? 62 million.
What platform is that?
That's IG.
She's got 72 million.
72 million. So 7%, so 10%. So let's just say it's 7 million people. If she got 7 million people to vote in California, that could change the race.
So this is my thing, right? I still the reason why this even argument or this comparison is kind of silly is because Cardi B is actually not very important. When we're talking about
I disagree.
When we're talking about social change and social justice, I don't believe that she is as important as someone that is actually doing the work. Now, she has a wonderful opinion, right? But at the end of the day, she's a rapper. The problem that I have with her,
So just shut up and rap.
No, see, this is the point, right? Like, I don't want to say that a stripper or a sex worker, don't have thought, don't have, really
But we
good
should
ideas.
shut up and stay in our lane.
No, you should not shut up and stay in your lane.
But that's what you're saying.
No. I'm asking about the impact and the perception of the media that's being created. She doesn't control that media, by the way. The record label controls that media.
Right. They know what's hot.
Yeah. Like if we
Okay.
talk about,
Dwayne Johnson is not making movies that are going to elicit social change.
of course not.
He's making fucking Jumanji.
Right. Yeah, of course not. I mean,
Which
like,
is a good movie, by the way.
yeah, it was all right.
But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point is that, okay, so, but artists create. She's creating, whether it's what sells or not is really not the point.
Right.
And she's creating something where then she has a platform to elicit change. Real quick. Jay-Z has a huge impact on not just the entertainment industry, but also on eliciting social change because of what he can donate financially to those endeavors. He has a couple of foundations. Oh, don't look at your nose. Come on, that's the truth.
You know, one of the things about like guys like Jay-Z and guys like, even I heard Master P and Snoop talk about how they a lot of times they'll give a lot of money and do something and don't put the names on it because they don't want the name to overshadow the cause. I'm pretty sure that Jay-Z has some anonymous philanthropic undertakings that he's done. I am not talking about money, right? Because in my opinion, this is low cultural capital. Like this, when we're talking about like culture, American culture, black culture, this is not as valuable, right? Number one, because it's popular.
Okay,
right?
but case
It's
in
for
point.
everybody.
Case in point. Why does Trump want to get the fuck rid of TikTok right now? Because China is doing investigating. Well, fucking newsflash, Facebook has all the information already. So I don't know what the fuck you're safeguarding. The truth is, my personal opinion, that fucking Trump the chump is pissed off because they fucked up that thing that he did at for Juneteenth at his rally. It was all those TikTokers that were like, book tickets. Psych, bitch, we're not coming. And Trump looked like an asshole.
They sabotaged it. Which means as vindictive. My understanding of Trump's vendetta against TikTok is because TikTok is a Chinese company and China is a communist regime. It's a communist country. All industry belongs to the government, so that means that the government has access to everybody's information.
Understood.
So a country that is becoming a world power, right?
Is the world power?
Yeah, is a world power, right? I mean, we were saying that 10 years ago, right? We were saying that 20 years ago. A country that is a world power who is fastly becoming an adversary to us, right, now has ammunition and images and just a bunch of shit that could ruin the next generation.
I don't want to get sidetracked. I only bring that up for one reason. And the reason is Donald Trump wouldn't give a fuck about TikTok if he hadn't gotten sideswiped by all of those influencers that were on TikTok that ordered those hundreds of thousands of tickets and didn't show. So when you talk, or when people talk about having low level of importance because of their entertainers, I don't buy it anymore. Maybe at one point in time that was true, but now the platforms, what'd that video get? 80 million? 80 million out of how long?
Yeah, it was like 5 days. It's like
5 to 80 million.
million.
Now imagine if at the beginning of the end of that video, there was some sort of political message.
Bro, listen, so here's my thing, right?
Right.
I think that the knife cuts both ways. Yes, she has the ability to possibly impact individuals that are listening, because she has a lot of people listening, with something positive, right? But in my head, I'm thinking of my 13-year-olds in my class looking at that video, trying to emulate what they see with the clothing, with the dance moves, with things that are hypersexual. Things, listen, man,
get that.
Our lives are on a continuum, and maturity is a continuum, right?
Right.
You can be exposed to things that have a detriment to you before you are mature enough to handle them, right?
Well,
and
which has always happened.
Which has always happened.
But that happened in our childhood too.
But it's different today because we have access to information. Listen, we communicate faster than any other time in human fucking history, right? So all I'm saying here is, okay, she can reach a bunch of girls or a bunch of guys with some type of wonderful political message, right?
Right.
But I also saying that the negative impact of what is perceived as powerful will have like a ripple effect towards girls trying to be like that. Case in point, right? One of the most important parts of that video is Megan and Cardi's fat asses. Right?
Well, I would agree.
Cardi's got this really wild peacock tattoo that's crazy.
Very important pieces.
Right. So the ill part is, back to Dwayne Johnson, like, he didn't get that big and that strong. Yeah, he eats like a horse, he works out like a monster, but he also takes some special supplementation, right?
Right.
Because of that, we look at what Cardi did. Her body is augmented. And that goes back to the point that we started talking about originally. Now you have a 13-year-old, right?
Right.
That's looking at this video, who is never going to develop that type of thing, but is shooting or attempting to become so hypersexual. We end up losing what could possibly be the next Kamala Harris.
Okay, but then you have to get rid of Cardi B. And you have to hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get rid of Cardi B.
Right.
You have to get rid of Megan.
Right.
But then you can't stop there because it doesn't fix the problem even remotely. Then you have to deny access to things that are heavily sexual in nature. Now it's open to interpretation.
Right.
So now adult content is in potential jeopardy. We never make adult content for people who are underage.
Right.
We try to do age verification as much as we can, but hey, listen, where there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
I remember being 12 years old and finding fucking dirty magazines too. So where there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
So at what point in time do you cut it? And why is, why is Cardi and Megan now responsible for the outcome of all those people?
So I'm not saying that they're responsible, but I am saying they should be very conscious of what they're creating. Why? Here's the point. I'm not sure about Megan's story.
I don't know enough about her
I'm not
personally,
tied to her
obviously.
story, right?
Right.
But I understand Cardi's rags to riches story, right? Which is actually more important than her being damn near ass naked in the video. The reason why I say this is because that shit is like winning the lottery, right? The odds of a person coming from her neighborhood and rapping and stripping and going from TV to being one of the most important pop stars in the world is slimmer than being a professional basketball player, right?
I think way slimmer.
It's way slimmer, right? So the point that I'm trying to make here is that when we have younger people emulating these things, right? I am not picking on her because it's sexual, right? I'm picking on her because of the messages in the thing. It's the same thing.
I feel like you're picking on her because of her content and you think that she can do better.
When I'm picking on her because it's the same shit. I would say the same shit about these rappers that talk about, I sold all this dope. But then, listen, you think that, Rick Ross, right?
Yeah.
His first couple albums, he's
Fire.
literally making up stories about selling dope
Well, he was
that
taking
he
stories
never
from inmates.
sold.
He was taking stories from inmates.
Never sold, right? You think this dude wants his son to live it, keep it real and be in the streets, or he's gonna send this kid to fucking private school? Like,
no,
let's be
but
honest here.
every rapper from our generation has all said, listen, we were a poet and an artist from our viewpoint on what we saw every day.
Right.
Now, not Rick Ross, okay,
Right.
obviously. But he was a street storyteller in the fact that he was telling stories of people that he knew and people that he encountered and adopted their stories, albeit a bit, shady.
So listen, this is kind of the point where people are going to say Kip is contradicting himself, right? Because I am not going to say, like, listen, when you listen to Ice Cube writing rhymes for Eazy-E when he's 16 years old, right? Like, Dope Man is written by Ice Cube.
Right.
He's a kid when he writes that, right? I'm not making a difference between that and fucking Rambo, right? When I see Sylvester Stallone standing in the middle of a field with a 50 cal, firing off shots, killing mad bad guys, and I don't assume that that's real, right? Even though hip hop, because the curtain has been removed, right? We understand that these guys are telling stories. What I'm saying is that these stories and these imageries, these images have an impact on a mind that's far more impressionable. Once again, I think that parents need to be more active in understanding the content that their children are being exposed to now more than any other time ever, period. Because, like, at the end of the day, should Cardi and Megan not make that song? I'm not saying that. I'm not. But what I am saying is that I know right now, if we went to TikTok, I bet you there's a billion little no-ass having 14-year-olds, underdeveloped, twerking to this fucking song right now. And what if that was your little sister? You'd be like, bitch, if you don't, like, what if that was your daughter, bro? Like, oh, it's okay. It's her
tell this
expressing
such a little no ass having ass down.
It's okay. You're just expressing your sexuality. Or are you just kind of parenting something because it feels powerful? Like, look, they look powerful as fuck in that video. Yes or no?
I think that they are taking something that has, by historical value, has demeaned them. Okay, both ethnically and gender specific.
Right.
Okay, I think they've taken these two things and been able to reassess it and reapply it to where it works to their benefit and to their advantage. So, okay, so you want to fuck a black girl with a fat ass?
Right.
Now you can pay to look at my fat ass, and you can pay out the nose to look at that fat ass. By the way, I'm also going to be a captain of my industry, and I'm going to continue to build on whatever it was that you initially tried to hold me down with.
Okay, so where I run into a problem with that is that's a high intellectual hurdle that you're asking someone that hears there's some whores in this house repeating in a refrain over and over again.
No, I'm not asking them to understand that, because I think that that is a potential subcontext of what's going on.
So,
and I'm not saying everybody's going to get that. I believe some people are going to hear there's some whores in this house and they're going to look for the whores in the house. I know I would.
Yeah,
but
check it out. He's got some money, so then that's where I'm headed.
Right.
Like, we're talking about women that are valuing themselves by what this is, like, literally like not even stripper music. This is it's like these.
Well, gold diggers.
This looks like a prostitute's monologue right here. It's
gold diggers.
Like so. I guess what I'm saying is, for someone like Cardi, who have a deep respect for her being able to critique like social injustice, right? And maybe one of my hugest or biggest problems for this song, hugest. I said hugest, yes I did. One of my
can't fucking believe it. This is why we're not even in the top 30 in the world in education, Kip.
You always want to throw me under the bus, huh?
You threw yourself.
Shut the fuck up. I'm working on this shit.
You threw yourself. You went for like a what they call that a post, but you moved your feet.
I traveled a little bit.
You moved your feet, dog.
One of my biggest, largest contentions.
Just fucking say bigly,
Shut the
Trump.
fuck up, please. Let me finish my thought.
Christ. One of my bigly fucking events. Go ahead.
Bigly is a good way to describe my
intellect.
Yes.
Go on.
Is probably the timing of this song. Like the release of this song.
So there's a good time?
Bro, look, man. No.
There's a good time to release this song?
I'm going to tell you the truth, right? Because, like, no one was up in arms for that damn Yin Yang's Whisper song, right?
No, of course not.
Or not even the Whisper song. What was it? To the windows, to the walls, to the sweat drops down my balls, right?
Well, the sweat does drip down my balls.
I'm not saying that this song is any different from anything in that, in that genre, in that lane. What I'm saying is that we're at a time where social empowerment is high capital. It's very important.
I think you are creating.
I feel like they've reduced themselves to naked objects.
Okay, so then you're going to say that.
Objects.
Stop. Then you're going to say that about every artist, regardless of gender.
No, not every
you have
artist.
to. Then you're a hypocrite.
Yeah. Dudes do it too. I'm not saying that dudes don't do it also.
But it's socially acceptable for a guy to do it.
It's not socially acceptable.
Fuck yes, it is.
No, it is not. Like, I didn't
say
cool.
it's okay.
Right.
I'm saying it is socially acceptable. Here's the difference. The difference is, name a porn chick.
Danger. Bella Danger. I don't know what she looks like.
Okay. So a Bella Danger.
Yeah.
A Bella Danger walks into a spot, right?
I wouldn't know who the fuck she is.
I know you wouldn't. I do. I've worked with her many times. She's a sweetheart. Okay, so a Bella walks into a spot and guys try to talk to her, and immediately they go, "Oh my God, that bitch. Like, fat ass, I want to fuck the shit out that bitch. She's so fucking hot. I seen her take a dick in her mouth and her ass, and I want to fuck that bitch, right?" And then she doesn't give him time of day, and like, fuck that whore. And I walk in the same fucking door, right? And they go, "Oh my God, that's the dude that be fucking the Bella Danger. Hey man, I seen some of your shit. I think you're cool as fuck, homie. High five, dog. You got the life." Same fucking action, same fucking activity, two completely different thought processes. And it's all gender based.
No, of course it's gender based.
Okay, so stop acting like that's okay.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. You know why? He dapped you up because he has balls, right? Now, flip the script now. Let's say that
girls dap me up too.
Bro, some bitch would be like, some girl would levy the same criticism if you didn't give her the time of day, and then she saw the porn star come in. If some regular average Joe,
hell no. You know what girls say?
Out of your fucking mind.
I'm not out of my mind. I can tell you from fucking experience. Your shit is theoretical. My shit is application and process.
Please give me the rubber meets the road explanation, please, sir.
The difference is this: is that every time I meet some girl, they think that there's no way they can measure up to the broads that I fuck on camera. That there's no fucking way that they're on the same level. Which the irony is, most of the bitches that talk to me are hot, like fucking.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And so they have an odd filter, if you will, of what the reality of porn is. Okay, and the sex work in general, and they still think I'm the coolest motherfucker because they're still the ones that lean over and be like, "Oh my God, I totally can't talk to you. I would so suck your dick if my man wasn't here." Right?
While the dude is sitting there eating some fucking.
You know how many
she's
messages?
whispering.
I cannot keep up with how many messages.
Out. I will play with them with my feet.
I cannot tell you how many messages I've gotten. There's like every time my husband fucks me doggy, all I do is close my eyes and think about you. I fucking the list is endless, bro. And I'm not even saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying that the difference is that a female is held to a completely different,
which is true,
unequal standard.
I agree, but let's back up a tad, okay? If
like doggy, back up.
If we were going to look at the scenario that you painted, right? When the guy sees Bella Danger, right?
Yeah.
You probably got us unmonetized with the amount of bitches and fucks that you use in the description to describe her, right? Now the point is,
I used to use a lot more bitches and hoes.
I know, man. We made a pact not to call these bitches hoes anymore.
I'm calling all these bitches hoes.
We can't call these hoes bitches ever again, man. That
that's
time
why I'm
period
calling
is over.
them.
All right, man. Look.
Listen, if Cardi B is cool with calling herself a hoe, I'm cool with Cardi B calling herself a hoe too.
Look,
and
if
Megan,
we were to go back and look at the way that we described in the scenario how he described her, right? I would argue that he literally reduced her to an object.
Absolutely, right? But those women are reducing me to an object too.
No, but I'm not talking about you, fucker. I'm talking about
the gender.
I'm talking about in this video.
Yes.
Right? There are going to be little girls, right, watching the video, receiving ideas, and then reducing themselves to objects for the purpose of gaining attention.
Okay, but Cardi B also can tell you that I would imagine her argument is that she's not reducing herself.
Let's get back to the original question. Is it empowering when a woman harnesses her sexuality for whatever the fuck it's going to be, whether it's attention? Is that a powerful thing?
I think it could be.
But what happens
you just want this double standard?
No,
so
I don't want the double standard. I'm trying to clarify this double standard, right? The reason why I'm trying to clarify the double standard is because if a woman is supposed to be prized, right? Like the man proposes to I'm talking about tradition here, and I know that you are the most non-traditional motherfucker here, but
talking
you do
about
understand.
Some religious shit.
No,
but go ahead. Yes, you are.
Marriage
is a religious activity.
All right, dickhead. Marriage is not a religious activity.
Oh yeah, what is it?
If I could get married by fucking James Brown in Vegas, that's not religious, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
But it's in the eyes of God.
If I could get married. Really, if Elvis is marrying me and I'm wearing
where did marriage come from?
An electric green fucking tuxedo, that's religious.
Yes. Have you seen the Pope? Do you not see the fucking headdress this dude wears?
Look, man.
You're talking shit about a dude who wears fucking lime green, and you think the Pope shit is fucking normal? Get the fuck out of here. That motherfucker's a fruitcake in gold.
I don't think that marriage is.
I don't mean actually he's gay. I just mean it's pretty fucking ornate.
I don't believe that marriage is sacred. Okay, I think marriage can be sacred if you want it to be. I think it can be religious if you want it to be. But man, look, marriage in 2020, marriage is religious. Get all the way the fuck out of here.
Here's the deal. I can see 100% where Cardi would say that she's utilizing something that was initially used against her to demean her, to hold her down, to imply that she was not capable of creating a different life than what she had, because all she had was these physical attributes,
right?
Okay? And she's flipped the script on every single one of them. The exact same way that an athlete who happens to be black or who happens to be from a lower class, no matter their color or ethnic background, heritage or anything, right? And they've kind of clawed and climbed their way out of these potential lower livings into a higher level because people didn't think they could make it because the opportunity is slim to none, right? And they've turned all those things on their ass.
So, once again, the comparison to the athletes is important, right?
Yeah.
Because I have 13-year-old boys that will tell you they're going to the NBA.
Of course.
And, who am I to shit on his dream? I'm looking at this dude like, you're going to be 5'8" for the rest of your life, right? No matter how nice your crossover is, you're not going to the NBA.
Could be.
Like
Bugsy.
Bro, Muggsy, yeah. But the point
Wasn't there two? There was Muggsy and...
It's Muggsy Bogues.
And who's the other one?
Fuck you.
You know the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Spud was a little dude.
Huh?
Spud Webb.
Yeah.
The point that I'm trying to make here is that there are other avenues of growth, and when it comes to black people, all we got is sports and entertainment has been a common thing that has been presented to us as a means of bettering ourselves.
I agree.
Right. And if we were to take away all the sexual stuff, right?
Right.
And the reason, we can't take away the sexual stuff.
No, but I was going to let you have that for a minute.
No, we can't. We can't because it's about attractiveness, right? Like guys want to fuck Cardi and girls want to look like her?
Let me ask you a
Yes
different
or no?
question. Yes.
Right.
Let me ask you a different question.
Because I want to get to Kylie Jenner's ass too.
Oh God, she's only popular by proxy. Okay, that's a whole other thing. Why to even go there doesn't matter. Okay, but here's the thing: how many Kamala Harrises out there do you think there are?
I bet you there are more Kamala Harrises out there than Cardi B's.
You think so?
Yes.
Then why is Kamala Harris only the second black woman to be a senator?
Because there's something
And
called
the first black woman, the first woman to be considered for one of the highest offices,
the first black
and
woman
a
to be
black
senator
woman
in
too.
California. That's because there's a glass ceiling, right? Like a woman will get to a job, right? We're not even talking about senators, right? And she can see the CEO. She can see the CEO. Position, but she'll never reach it. Why? Because she's not a man.
So just by that reasoning alone,
Right.
there would be more Cardi B's.
No, that's not true.
There's no ceiling.
So the reason why.
Let me rephrase that. The ceiling is much different.
The reason why there are not more,
Kamala Harris is?
they're not more girls out there rapping and putting out songs, even if they're not as successful than Cardi was, is because we have places like Howard University where Kamala Harris is an alumni that exists, HBCU. We have places, there are girls, there are young ladies out there that are trying to become lawyers and trying to become attorneys.
Well, they are becoming those things.
Trying to become business owners. These other ladies do exist. What I'm saying here is that Megan and Cardi talk about coming up from the bottom, right? Having to do whatever they had to do in order to place themselves in a position to be profitable from whatever it is they're doing. Man, if this video didn't exist, Kylie Jenner's ass would be all the way good, chilling in a big ass mansion in Calabasas, right?
Probably.
If Cardi B didn't come out first, talking that street shit, she would still be probably on a pole some damn where getting dollars shoved up her ass.
But you could take it one farther back than that. If acts like Lil' Kim and those kind of girls didn't put this shit on the map before then, they wouldn't exist either.
Right, but what I'm saying here is that Kylie Jenner is not connected to that experience.
No, I agree.
She's like the Civil War reenactment person dressing up like, the battle at whatever hill and, with the period. Like, bro, it's like, it's almost to me as bad as I think that I would probably get cooked if people understood what I'm saying, but it's almost like blackface.
I'm just letting you dig this hole all by your lonesome.
It is, like, bro, like, she doesn't belong to the culture. Like, she doesn't. She doesn't belong to the culture at all.
So you're saying sit your white ass down?
No, I'm not saying sit your white ass down. I'm saying listen to the song, enjoy the song, do what you got to do, but in the context of what they're talking about, I don't really see where she belongs. Like, she stuck out like a sore fucking thumb to me.
That might be why they put her there.
Possibly, it's provocative.
That's crossover.
Yeah,
feel.
that's what Kanye says.
I
don't know what it means, but it's provocative.
That's like having Donald Trump
said.
in the middle of all those hip hop artists way back.
Yeah, but Donald Trump was a symbol of like, I made it and I'm
right.
rich. You know
okay,
what,
what the fuck you think Kylie is?
I guess so, bro. I guess that works. But this
Donald Trump didn't make his own way. That's not a secret.
This little bitch has got a fully refurbished body. Fully refurbished and upgraded. Like, if you buy like a house and you say, I want to do an addition here and add a little bathroom here, that's how her ass was and how her titties are, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, like, if we were to look at a picture of her before all the surgery, she looks like regular run-of-the-mill, just little old, chick that lives in Calabasas, right? And now she actually looks the part as one of those strippers. Is that what we're promoting as powerful? Is that what we're promoting? Is this what we're telling girls that they should aspire towards?
I'm not on your hater bus.
I guess I'm on the hater bus all by myself.
On this one, yeah.
She's a Civil War reenactment fighter dressed up in the period, uniforms with the muskets and shit. She's not connected to that experience. Not one itsy bitsy little bit. And Kylie's gonna grow up and turn into the next Kim, and Kim is gonna turn into her motherfucking mama. Watch. That's the progression.
Okay, we are gonna leave it at
Am
that.
I reaching?
Yeah, she's.
Oh no. What I'm saying is like Kim is going to transition more into what like her mom does. Like, she's gonna become more of someone
pulling the strings.
Yeah, like, behind the scenes, pulling the strings or whatever. And in order to keep this Kardashian brand being important, they need to have a front runner, and that's going to be Kylie's job. Like, do you remember that fucking video or that commercial, the Pepsi commercial,
yeah.
when Kylie just put an end to racism?
Unified the world.
Yeah, she unified the world with a can of fucking soda. It's like, come on, bitch, you was chilling in your damn mansion in Calabasas. Tell the fucking truth. He wasn't even nowhere near that shit.
Listen, doesn't
that
matter.
Wasn't her. Who was it? It doesn't fucking matter. The same.
No, the model.
All right, whatever, man.
It's Pepsi. Nobody gives a fuck about Pepsi.
I like Pepsi.
All right, we're going to end it at that. Guys, thank you for tuning into the Scholar and Center Show. Once again, I am Derrick Pierce.
I am Kip John Stud, ladies and gentlemen.
If you haven't hit the subscribe button already, please do so. I promise we'll get sports in next time and those paper mache cutouts and the LED fans, okay?
This weekend is Daniel Cormier, Stipe Miocic.
Yes, I'm watching that. We will talk about that next week, okay?
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Stay on top of things. Follow us on IG, Scholar and Center. We love you guys. Have an amazing day.
Scholar,
I think very deeply.
sinner.